So Mrs. S is 16 says, I have a question about personal financial management. What percentage of your income should go towards bills? And what percentage should go towards savings? And what percentage should be available? So this is what I would tell you to do, Miss Estes. It's hard to give you those hard line numbers like that. I would say what I do with some of the people I do coaching with is I have them track their expenses for the last 3 months and see where it goes. Right, every penny. People don't like doing it. I just did it with a business client of mine who has a business doing well, but they have a job, so they have a side hustle and a job, and they're trying to figure out how to convert that side hustle into a full-time business. But they don't know how much money they need to bring home every month, what the business needs to produce for them to leave the job. And I've said this to them over a year. How much money do you need to leave? And then they would guess. But then I said, all right, I'm gonna do a call. And I made them do it. I made them look at their expenses. I made them look at their bills. And you know what they said to me? I eat my money. Now, a lot of us are guilty of eating my money, our money. I eat my money a lot, but that's like one of my only vices. I'll eat out more, but I'm not really into sneakers. I'm not really into jewelry. I'm not really into cars, right? So you had to be honest and upfront with yourself, right? If you were serious about this. And I know what my goal is, all right? But if you're talking about, what percentage of money should go towards bills, and I need to know what your goal is. What's your goal, Mrs. Estes? Are we talking about the ends are barely meeting? Are we talking about something else? But what I would say is throw 10% out, right? So 10% is usually the adage for everybody to save. That's the number. Throw it out. It's trash. Now, there's a caveat to that. Some of us don't have 10% to throw out or to save. So if that's the case, just take $5 out of every pay and set it aside and grow that money in the interim until you can get the 10%. But once you get the 10%, don't stop at 10%. You should be at 20%, 30%, 40%. Like if you are really trying to, let's say, either one, retire early or achieve financial independence as early as possible, that very much is going to be a function of how well you can control your spending. I know some of the fire people, what is it? Financial independence, retire early, FIRE, fire. Some of them are saving 50% of their income. Some of y'all are going to be like, how can you save 50% of your income? They don't buy dumb stuff. they clip coupons, right? They know where every red, nickel, cent, and dime goes. They don't have cable. They're making the sacrifice though, y'all. They're doing the work. So again, Mrs. S again, I'm not trying to be flippant with you. I hope you don't take it this way, but to really give you a real answer, what I would tell you to do is I would tell you to go back, look at your last 3 months of income in your bank. Most of us use debit cards now. If you don't use debit card, if you use cash, I would tell you to track for the next 3 months what you're spending. Tell yourself if it's important to you. So for example, right? A lot of people don't do this, but I'll do it, right? I might go to Starbucks. This is not an endorsement for Starbucks. They don't pay me any advertisement. Just using them because everybody knows them. I might spend $5 at Starbucks every day. So instead of going to Starbucks every day, I might start making coffee at home. Now, I am not the latte shamer. I am not the money shamer over here. I believe life is for the living, but it all depends on what kind of life you want to live in. I am in no position to tell you or anybody else what kind of life they want to live. And I mean, people ask me all the time, and people say, "Kamari, why you count my pockets?" Well, here's something, folks. I get paid to count pockets. I do it naturally. I can't help it, but I try not to do it in a judgmental fashion. Right? I am human. So when people tell me, "Oh, I want to be a millionaire," I make $50,000 a year. I spend $55,000 a year. Right? Did y'all get that? I make $50,000 a year, but I spend $55,000 a year on my expenses. I'm probably going to tell you you'll never become a millionaire. Why? Because you're always in the negative. You'll never have a chance to use your money as a tool to build wealth for yourself. You're making everybody else rich. So again, going back to, again, I could go off on tangents real easily. But to go back to your question again, Mrs. Estes, track everything. I would say I would strive for a savings goal of no less than 20%. But again, I am assuming, right? I am ignorant about your goals, your wishes, your desires, what you want to do in life, right? But I would say 20%. I would try to keep getting the thing up as high as possible. I would strive. Now, this might scare some of y'all. I talked about it in another video. People make fun of me about this. I would also strive to have a year's worth of income, not expenses, a year's worth of income and savings. Now, some of y'all who make $50,000 a year, like, hey, moly, that's a lot of money. Well, you don't do it all in one fiddle swoop, right? You do it $1,000 at a time, right? So you get $1,000, you start your first 1,000, and then work on your next 1,000, and then just develop a habit. So I'm not expecting you to have $50,000 or a year's worth of income in the bank. Why? What is my rationale for that? So the industry standard is 3 to 6 months of expenses. And so I've been waiting to talk trash about this because I like to talk trash, y'all, and it's all in fun, right? But people always say, well, how am I going to get a year of expenses? So the rationale behind that, again, is it usually takes your average person a year or 9 months. It takes them a year to 9 months to a year to find a new job, right? So you need a year's worth of money. And I have not met anybody who just likes to live bare bones for their expenses. They usually don't want to change their lifestyle. Now, some people may disagree with me, and I'm cool with that. The overall point here, though, is to become super savers. Becoming a super saver can do more for you than finding the best hot stock in the next month or year. We have to save more. And then, yes, after we save, yes, we should be investing. I'm not the guy to tell you to pay off all your debt before you start investing. Again, opportunity cost. But it's you have to be practical with it as well. I'm not telling you to go spend all your money on the next IPO that comes out because you'll be rich. However, I might say take $25 and start buying stock regularly, which is called dollar cost averaging. But make paying off your debt a priority. Make your savings a priority. Because I don't even like calling it an emergency fund. I call it an opportunity fund because I always say that the more money you have in your opportunity fund will keep you afloat on rainy days so you can find your next opportunity, right? Or it can save you behind when the roof falls in and you really need some cash. So, or if you do find that great deal, which does happen, you'll have the cash to be able to buy it unencumbered and be able to rock out. Cash is king, always will be king. People that say credit is king are very much misinformed, and they do not come from a financial educational background. I'll just say that because in finance, I majored in finance, Temple University. I could have went anywhere else, but I decided to go to Temple. The first law of finance is cash is king. And then when we start getting the time value of money and all that, it goes a lot. It goes a long way. It goes a long way. But Miss Estes, I hope I answered your question or at least gave you more clarity. If you want, feel free to DM me and we can have a deeper conversation about it.